I'm about out of time, so I just want to ask Mr. Sekulow, what the administration is trying to do with the C4, is it safe to say that if that is in effect, that would disproportionately affect conservative groups? In other words, a lot of the labor unions and environmental groups would not be affected by that. Is that correct?
Correct, because a lot of those are exempt under different provisions of the Internal Revenue Code. But in that regard, and with regard to the questioning aspect of this and the chilling effect, which I think is Congressman, what you're going after. We have a client, the pro-life organization, that is one of the ones targeted. The questions to them were so draconian in nature that this is what they asked. Talking about the client's pro-life position. This is the IRS. The presentation of viewpoints or positions are unsupported by facts is a significant portion of the organization's communications. The facts that purport to support the viewpoint or positions are distorted. This is coming from an Internal Revenue Service agent. The organization's presentation makes substantial use of inflammatory and disparaging terms and express conclusions more on the basis of strong emotional feelings than of objective evaluations. And the approach used in the organization's presentation is not aimed at developing an understanding on the part of the intended audience or the readership because it does not consider their background or training in the subject matter. Who gave the IRS the authority to say this, and how is it that the President of the United States can say there's not a smidgen of corruption when the documents, by the way, some of these signed by Lois Lerner or Holly Paz? How could they possibly even say this? The thing I don't understand, Mr. Chairman, is as the President was making his statements, as members of this committee were making statements, we had the documents in our possession, and I know Cleta did as well, from offices all over the country, coast to coast. And the agents told our clients it was being managed out of Washington. And with the email that was released yesterday, we know how high up the chain. And I would urge the committee, when you start talking about associate chief counsels, divisional counsels, this is as high as it gets.
Well said. Gentleman from Pennsylvania is recognized.